Yo guys, welcome back by another video, episode 9 today of this driver career mode, and it's time to see our contracts, and we're gonna look, maybe we can get the promotion to Ferrari, so we're gonna see, and for now it's okay, and
the more you demand, the lower the chances of our
we're waiting, and
do make sure that you don't
Ferrari has signed us, so we're a Ferrari driver for the second half of the season,
refuse to negotiate any more with you
and we've got the promotion, so that's great for us. And as you can see, a beautiful Ferrari in this green, of course. But before we're going into the first weekend with Ferrari, we're gonna do some upgrades. And we're gonna do some fast. We're gonna get 3 upgrades, if everything is gonna be fine. So we're gonna see the first upgrade is okay, the second also, and the third is also
our new parts
great, and it is now on our car, so that's amazing. And yeah, I hope we can fight for a good position in qualifying, in the sprint, of course, Belgium is sprint weekend, and in the race.
Thanks for handling.
We get 1000 driver acclaim also now because of an activity. And we're going into the weekend, and before we're actually going into the weekend, we're gonna see the driver transfers. Sainz is not on the grid and Joe is in the Alfa Romeo, so no seat for Sainz for the second half of the season. Maybe if there is gonna be season 2, I don't know, maybe he's on the grid then, but for now, he's away, and we're gonna set our first flying lap here in the session in the Ferrari. So we need to get ourselves into the top 15, of course, and then into, of course, in the top 10. It's long ago, since the last video, I didn't have time to finish the videos, but Belgium is online now, of course, because you're watching it. We kindly got a summer break. The last race, of course, was in Silverstone, race 8. We finished P6 if I'm correct. Bit wide there in this game, so not the best sector too, but we have to see what we can do. Of course, it's a long lap, so a little mistake isn't gonna be that great, of course, but if you're gonna make if you got one mistake on Austria, it's a bigger mistake than to get in Belgium, but we're only P17, so that's really not great. And we are gone out in 3, 2, 1, and it's over. We're out of qualifying. We've got P17. Well, normally in Belgium, if I got P17 and also in Ferrari, I would have taken grid penalties, but of course it's sprint weekend, so we're not gonna do that. Charles is in P5, so terrible news for us. After qualifying, we finished our training programs. We've got some new R&D points, and we need to get a great comeback in the sprint race to get ourselves as high on the grid.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Bottas, Joe, Gasly, Ocon, Stroll, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Watson, Tsunoda, De Vries, and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
Charles is P5, so unlucky. We've also could be in P3, but unfortunately we're not. And now we're lining up 0.1, and we're waiting for the lights. And it's 5 lights on, and it's lights out, and we're on the way. And we've got a good getaway. And a lot of start, terrible start. Going down the inside of Albon. We learned from the mistake what Piastri made in real life, not going for the dive on the inside of La Source. Now in Overwood and Radiol, we need to get a good exit if we want to overtake Stroll. And I think we have to look back to Albon, that he isn't gonna attack us or overtake us. But after all, we're good, I think. Albon is looking, we're side by side. But now after all, we're ahead. So P12 and only lap 1. Only 5 laps in the sprint race, because Belgium is the longest record for it. More than 7 kilometers. And we want to get ourselves as high up on the grid for the actual race. But with this fighting and all that, it isn't great for our time, and there are little touch from Piastri. Well, it wasn't my fault, I think. I was on the left side and he just turned to the left. Okay, Piastri wants to crash again in Belgium. Now he wants to do that again, but I don't know. I guess we'll never know what his idea was there. Now we're going on to lap 2, and now we're already in lap 3, and we're going to attack Stroll, I think. We're going on the inside, but it was terrible trying to overtake. We didn't get an illegal overtake, but I gave the position back to Stroll because it was not a good overtake, so we can get the position back, so yeah. I don't know what I thought that I could go for the position, but yeah, not great. Going to left 5, DRS and ERS open, Stroll doing that, and DRS, and we're flying past him
okay,
up
good
to
work.
P11,
Great pass.
and that is gonna be an okay starting grid. Starting position on the grid, I have to say, for the race tomorrow. So yeah, I think that's gonna be okay. We need to make one position. We need to make one position, and we're already in points. So I think points are on the board for tomorrow. Well, maybe wants to attack us now, but Hamilton wins the sprint race. And we're coming home for P11. 6 positions gained in the sprint race. I want to,
Alright, race
well, it
over.
would be
Take care of the
better
car
if
on the
we
way in.
also gain 6 positions, but if we got to into Q3, of course, but it's okay.
So let's
Charles
review the driver's
P4.
standings. It's a
No
great
sprint
result for
podium for
Lewis
him
Hamilton,
also.
who moves further ahead at the top of the table.
And I think we need to go to the race and see if we can score some points in our first Ferrari race.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Bottas, Perez, Joe, Gasly, Watson, Stroll, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Starting still P11. There was a penalty for Perez, I think, but we don't get a free position because of that. We're gonna line our car on the grid. I hope it's gonna be as great as on the sprint.
Decent parking. Let's try and get a good
not
launch
great,
as the lights go
not
out.
terrible. My sprint rate 0.1, but 5 red lights on and it's lights out and away we go. And again we have a great good getaway. And we're going for the inside of Joe. And Perez is on the outside there, and we're turning as much as we can, but I don't know what Perez and Joe are doing, and we're back down to P18 with Joe and Perez behind us, who also had a collision of course with me, but I don't know what they were doing. We're the onboard of Joe. I'm on his inside here, and Perez thought on the outside there's some space, but we're turning as much in. We left Joe enough space, but he kept turning in on me. And then I don't know what he was thinking. Here Perez is on board. He's going for the move on the outside, and yeah, I don't know. They just only thought then of themselves. I want to get out of it because I was critical on the road, but now we need to make up again a lot of positions. This time we're one position down. If we look to our starting position from the sprint, now fight with Kevin Magnussen for P17. We also started on the medium, so I thought maybe we can get the getaway in mediums defending, but after all, Joe and Perez just ruined the race in my Ferrari debut. And if I see where Leclerc is, then I also could be up there, but well, terrible weekend for now, of course. And we need to make some positions in the game, and at the end of lap 3, now we have going into lap 3. Again, we're going down the inside of Sargent. We have a Ferrari using Williams. Ferrari has more pace. If you look to the to the R&D performance. So now we need to defend from him, and maybe we can close up with the fuse, but we're just on the rest line and I don't know what Sargent was doing. He almost loses his car, but okay. Yeah. Now we want to overtake the fuse and going up the grid again. Of course, we need to make up a lot of decisions if we want to score points on our debut with Ferrari. And I hope, yeah. I want to say I hope it isn't going to be that terrible as the start of the season, also with Alfa Romeo. But if I'm looking to what happened now, it is going to be a terrible debut, and I hope we can make up some positions again, but points are gonna be hard. Terrible race for now. And we're going now to lap 6. Dusty is out with a mechanical failure, and we're heading into the pits. Albon and Stroll also are into the pits, but we're going for the undercut. Going early, too soft. Need to pit stop.
Okay, let's go now. Come on.
2.2
Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
We're still in the pit lane, and the gap ahead is. I don't
stay
want
clear
to
of the
talk
white
about
line
it.
on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
And I think the pace in the race it would be there, but after all, with pressing with Joe and Perez, I don't know. But now after I think 2 laps, I did it. At the end of lap 6, they did it at the end of lap 8. We're setting the fastest lap now, and we're gonna be ahead of Road 1U, and only 1.3 seconds behind Sargent. So I think we're still gonna make up some positions, but we need to see what we can do. We see Magnussen and Sargent side by side ahead of us, and we're also going on the move now for on Magnussen, and we're past him up to 217.
You made it look so easy.
But that's, well, I want to say great, but that is great. It's still terrible if you are in a Ferrari. In Alfa Romeo, if you're going to look where they could finish, it's also terrible. So we don't want to be in this position, and we need to make up a lot of decisions. But it's gonna be hard. I don't think we can score points. Maybe one, but I don't know. We need to have a amazing pace from now on, but I don't know. Now going down the inside, maybe of Sargent. He didn't leave any space, but after all, going to the switchback, DRS open, using some DRS, and we're side by side going into turn 1. We're in softs, but a bit older than his mediums, so I don't know if we still got the advantage of the soft tire, but for now we're past, but now Sargent is gonna have some DRS. We're still on the racing line. I don't know what Sargent is doing. He don't want to overtake me. And going to lap 12, we have DRS on the wrist. We've closed up, but we don't have any DRS left, and we're looking for a move down the inside. We're staying calm. We don't overtake him. Not yet, I think. But the last time we were directly behind Paris where we won in this
Okay,
race.
be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now.
So I hope we don't spin this time. And we're getting to the corner. So I'm lucky with that. And now we still want to overtake him. It's a bit of a boring episode because we're fighting for P15 in Ferrari. Perez also is only P14 now, so he also didn't make up the position. So I know a terrible race for me, but also for Perez and Joe.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
Going to turn 1 again, and they still want to overtake the Vries. And we need to do the exit through our route. I'm going to radial, reducing the vast ERS that we have, but also the ERS is open. We're only at 1% ERS now, no ERS left, and we're ahead of him, going into this kind of triple chicane. And we need to see if we can stay ahead. And after all, we're now lap 15. Max Verstappen has won the race, and we're not want to be behind Joe after what he did on the start. So we're staying ahead, and after all, we're finishing this race in P15. Disappointed result. Really disappointed.
And that's the end of the race.
Points.
We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Leclerc scored good points. I don't know if he's got a podium, but we need to improve this performance really quick, otherwise it's over.
A difficult race then on one of the all-time classic circuits, but they persevered to take the win here today. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by...
We need to move on very quick. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope... next episode, the Dutch Grand Prix, my home race, I hope I can perform better. So the next 2 races are going to be important for me. First my home race, and then the home race of Ferrari in Monza. I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys later. Goodbye.